Hi everyone, I'm Sandy Nekoloff, the Executive Director of Communications for the Southwestern City School District. I'm thrilled to be participating in Park Street's March Madness this year. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few excerpts and some pictures from the book The Red Pencil by New York Times best-selling author Andrea Davis Pinkney. I love learning about other cultures and countries. This book has once again taught me how lucky we are to have access to reading and writing tools to expand our world, a luxury many others are not afforded in their countries. Amira is 12 years old enough for new responsibilities and to make something of herself in Darfur, Sudan. Through a series of poems, Amira tells us of her journey from working the family farm through storms, losing her pet lamb, losing her father to war, grief, hunger, displacement to a refugee camp, and eventually the possibilities that become open to her as she learns to read and write from a tribal elder. Through devastating circumstances and great loss, the message of hope and the resilience of the human spirit shines on in Amira as she triumphs against all odds. The first poem I'm going to read is entitled Chores. There's a bad part about turning 12. In the eyes of my family, I'm nearly a grown-up. This means I must work even harder at farm chores. Muma, Amira's mother, says I'm to accept these duties with grace and obedience and not a speck of complaint. And so I do. Daily, I do. I haul sacks of grain from our storage hut to the animal corral. I weed every coarse, thick-rooted shoot that chokes our leafy greens. I husk corn and millet and anything with a hull that needs my nimble fingers to remove its shell. I peel potatoes, onions, pumpkins, squash. I chop, 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 all of these for making them sing in a pot. And now, since I'm nearly grown, I have a new chore. Raking cow plop to spread at the base of our crops. This special duty has brought me happy friends, flies who like to cluster on the freshly gathered, still moist mounds. I wish our cows didn't eat so much grass. I wish our ample animals would give me less to work with. Amira wants to learn to read and write and set free all the big ideas she finds herself sketching in the sand with a stick. But girls like Amira don't go to school in the Sudan. Their purpose is to work and become good wives and mothers. Her dreams are pushed aside when, without warning, the militia storms her small village, shattering life as she knows it and taking away many of the things she holds dear. The next poem is entitled The Janjaweed. My mother doesn't want me to go to school yet. Yet I must endure today's lesson from Muma about something called the janjaweed. I've heard grown-ups speak of this, but only with other grown-ups. Now Muma is speaking to me. Quietly, clearly, she watches my eyes to make sure I'm paying attention. Muma tells me the janjaweed have formed as a result of this war Dando, Amira's father, has tried to explain. The janjaweed are bad people, Muma says. I know what bad people means, but Muma soon turns this into a difficult lesson. Like my father, making no sense of war, my mother uses strange words to help me understand. Those words do no good in teaching me. Armed, militia, bandits, renegades. Muma says janjaweed means devils on horseback. I try to pay attention, but I'm struggling. As Amira starts the long journey toward a new life in a refugee camp, she feels her spirit slipping away until the gift of a red pencil opens her mind to all kinds of possibilities. The next poem is entitled Miss Sabine. She arrives with 2 sacks, oddly shaped, hoisted on slim shoulders. A melon-sized pouch filled with lots of something rattles from inside. The other bag is flat, stiff, hard-edged. The lady's tobe, which is a long piece of fabric worn as an outer garb to wrap her whole body, is so beautiful. A shock of hot purple surrounding freckled ginger skin. She sees me looking, not once blinking, as she walks up to the flap that shields the entrance to our prayer tent. My gaze will not leave that rattly pouch or that flat bag. Mostly, though, something makes me want to see what's inside the clattering sack. She's wearing a medallion, this lady, Sudan Relief. She tells us she's a visitor to Kalma, our camp. Next to her is an intake officer, also watching the lady's strange things. And the next poem is entitled The Red Pencil. She kneels, wriggles free from the pouch at her back, loosening its straps. Then, in one fast snap, Miss Sabine flips the clanking bag upside down. And then, out from its drawstring mouth spills a clattering bunch of pencils, a yellow-coated cluster of writing sticks with sharpened charcoal tips. All the children scramble, grab, reach. I blink. I want one, but I'm too slow. Right away, the yellow sticks are gone. I've never left Miss Sabine's sight. She reaches over the other children to me, presses a pencil into my hand, curls my fingers around its middle. Yours, Miss Sabine says, with that knowing. I'm quick to thank her with a slight bow. Thankfulness wraps me so firmly in its palm that I don't truly see what I'm holding. Then I look. My pencil is not like the others. I have a red pencil. And there's more from Miss Sabine. She reaches deep inside the second sack to slide out a stack of paper tablets. Paper as bright as our farm's wheat on a healthy season. A red pencil, yellow sheets for writing, a happy quick beat drums in me deep. Tribal elder Old Anwar teaches Amira how to write letters in the sand, and then later on her tablet pages using the red pencil. She learns mathematics and draws pictures to accompany the words on the pages of her tablet. The next poem is entitled Tug of War. Now it's Muma and Old Anwar who are arguing. Rice bag walls don't allow privacy. I sit on a stone outside our hut, rinsing the sheets that rest beneath my pallet. Old Anwar and Muma are fighting about me. Muma's words have fire on them. You are wasting her time. You are wasting her, Old Anwar snaps. There are attempts to make a school here anyway. Soon you will not be able to prevent what is meant to be. Amira has a gift. Let her use it. I want Amira to have the gifts of marriage and children. Her desires are pushing away these. Old Anwar says, stubborn woman, your closed-mindedness is pushing away Amira's brilliance. I pull my tobe scarf firm around my ears. I do not want to hear this fighting. I come inside to find my mother and teacher each gripping the end of my tablet. The soaked palette sheets drip, trickling droplets onto my toes. Muma snaps, Amira, I found this tucked beneath your palette. She tugs at my yellow paper. Old Anwar will not let go. This impractical man has told me about your lessons. Old Anwar's gaze cuts to mine. His chest rises and falls with hard breaths. My mother, so angry, so fevered with fear, but her eyes are filled with curiosity, glimpsing the words and pictures that fill my pages. To learn more about Amira's journey, I recommend you read this book, as it'll open a whole new world to you with insight into another culture and the struggles many children experience to attain the gift of education that we readily receive through public education in our country. Happy reading!